Peace, family. The other day, Kamala Harris was on The View. She was there to respond to a question that she was asked during her campaign for president. When one of the hosts asked her, what would she do differently than Joe Biden if she was president? And her response to that question was she couldn't think of anything. And it was that pivotal moment there that a lot of people think that that's where she lost the election. So when she went back onto the show, they basically asked her, would she change her answer? And she said no. She said what happened was when they politicized her answer. He said Donald Trump came out and they did a campaign against it, stating that he would do anything day one to lower the cost of eggs, to lower the cost of bacon, to lower the cost of gas. He could do all this in day one. Kamala Harris said that, in fact, she felt that Donald Trump just flat out lied to the people. And I think it's more than just lying. Me personally, I don't think Donald Trump had any intention on fulfilling any of his campaign policies when it comes to lowering the cost of living for people. Because first of all, Donald Trump has no prior experience as a private citizen that he brought into the White House that says that he's fiscally responsible, he makes sound decisions, and he offers the consistency of governing that this country desperately needs. Nothing. Now, when you look at what Kamala Harris said and what I've just said, some of you may say, well, prove it, Jonathan. How can you prove that what you said is anywhere close to true? Well, first of all, this is my opinion. But my opinion can be proven, and I'm going to prove it just like this. Donald Trump tried to get Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air. He threatened to jeopardize a merger between Disney and some other media companies and take away their license or make it difficult for them to get a license if they did not get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. In response, they removed Jimmy Kimmel's show from the air. And from the backlash, Jimmy Kimmel threatened to sue Disney for $1 billion. Millions of people was dropping their Hulu and Disney Channel Plus apps. Disney lost over $1 billion some in stock prices in the next few days. And guess what? About 2 weeks later, Jimmy Kimmel is back on the air. And before Jimmy Kimmel's show aired, Donald Trump posted on his social media format, the White House was informed that Jimmy Kimmel was fired. If you put him back on the air, this might be illegal, and your license may be in jeopardy. This is coming from the President of the United States. He is literally campaigning for a private citizen to lose his job. And like I said, and this is before Jimmy Kimmel even got back on stage. Here we are 9 months, 8-9 months into Donald Trump's presidency. You have not lowered the cost of eggs. You have not lowered the cost of bacon. You have not lowered the cost of gasoline. You have not lowered the cost of living for the people as you campaigned. And we are 8-9 months into your campaign, and you said nothing, Donald Trump. You use no policies, no legislation, no anything. But as soon as Jimmy Kimmel announced that he's coming back, or Disney announced that Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air, not only do you respond to that immediately, but you threaten legislation to attack Disney. When Jimmy Kimmel got back on his show, he stated that Disney really did not have to bring him back. He's been doing this show for 23 years. And he's saying Disney is a huge corporation. And he's just a very small part of it. And see, and that in itself is sad, because it's so many layers to this story. It's ridiculous. Jimmy Kimmel's been on doing this show for, like I say, 23 something years. Can you imagine the size of Disney 23 years ago? Jimmy Kimmel played the role in the development of what Disney is today. And now Disney said, well, Jimmy Kimmel said Disney's so big they can let him go and won't even bother him. A 23-year relationship with this corporation? You done helped them go from where they were 25 years ago to now, and they can discard you and don't even think about it? Jimmy Kimmel said Disney don't even really notice him. He's so small. But he's so small that Donald Trump noticed him. Donald Trump ignored all the people who voted for him to lower the cost of living. But somehow, Jimmy Kimmel, who was small in the eyes of Disney, you focus on Jimmy Kimmel and you threaten to get this man taken off the air. And Jimmy Kimmel is a millionaire. Donald Trump, do you have any idea how many non-millionaires work for Disney? And you threatening to take away their license, which is going to end jobs? Do you know how many people you would push into poverty? All because you want to focus on the speck of Jimmy Kimmel and the vast corporation of Disney? But yet you ignore all the people that voted for you to lower the cost of living? Where was your social media post then? Where was your fits of anger when you seen a month, 2 months, 3 months into your administration that you have failed to deliver on your promises to lower the cost of living for these people that voted for you? Where was your frustration then? It wasn't nothing compared to the frustration you had with Jimmy Kimmel, a comedian. And you also said that Jimmy Fallon and the rest of these late night comedians who make fun of you, they're next. So yeah, it's my opinion that Donald Trump not only lied about his campaign policy, he never had no intentions on doing it. This campaign was never about the people. It was all about Donald Trump. And see, let me end my video by saying this. Jimmy Kimmel has been doing this show for 23 years, long before Donald Trump even thought about being president. And I hope that when he comes back, and he did his monologue over 20 minutes, jabbing you right back again, poking the bear. And I hope his presence on this stage pushes you to the brink of hysteria, to with the insanity that's inside of Donald Trump's mind is finally can no longer be caged. And everybody see you, Donald Trump, for who you are. You are a small person in a big role. Jimmy Kimmel been doing this show for 23 years, and I hope to God that he's continued doing this show long after Donald Trump, you and your administration is gone. I'm in this video here, and as always, leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Ashe.